Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Umair Ansari. Welcome to the podcast. Today is a very special day because this is my first video podcast. Now, the things you will be hearing are about anime. So, just basically starting with anime. The basic full form of anime is animations. Full form of anime is animations. There is no basic criteria for it, but anime generally falls under the category of Japanese anime, especially. Anime could be of any type. For example, in India, you can associate it with Chota Bheem, but Japanese anime caters for adult. It does not cater the likes of children. So you must be careful while you're watching it. If you have a kid, don't teach it. But they are super cool. They are seriously super cool. Now, when you start anime, you should at least be 15 years of age. Because if you start before it, it will basically be waste of your time. Because you need to have a good sense of humor, common understanding, and you need to understand complex relationships. I know it's a bit complicated for me to say that, but you need to start it after 15 so that you can get a clear idea of it. So basically, the age you start is 15. Means when you turn 15, you can start watching it. So basically, the first anime that I watched when I was a child, not so small, maybe 10, 11. So the anime that I watched was Dragon Ball Z Super. Z. Basically Z, not the original one, Z one. And I had this diary. I write all my animes in this, and up until now, I have watched over 115 anime on the dot. Continuing, I'm just keeping it in continuation. Then the second anime that I started watching was Naruto. The first season comprised of 220 episodes, and the second one was Naruto Shippuden, which consists of 500 episodes, the longest series ever after One Piece. So around 720 episodes in total, I watched it. And I have my favorite animes, that is Naruto, Demon Slayer, then we have Death Note, maybe, because Death Note cannot be categorized under top 10. It is beyond that. It is so psychologically unhandled. I cannot express it in words, but it is. Whatever. Now the other ones, Jujutsu Kaisen. No questions asked. The best anime, thriller, horror. It's pretty good. Awesome. 24 episodes. Chumma. It's very good. Then we have My Hero Academia. I took a lot of breaks actually. I watched My Hero Academia, then I watched 2, 3, 4. Quite a lot of anime after that. Around 50 or 60 animes. I don't know why I did not get interested in the first season, but it was good. The second one grabbed my attention, and then after a short while I watched the third. I just completed today, by the day I was filming this. So My Hero Academia, 3 seasons I have completed. It's pretty good, awesome. Then we have Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is something that is out of the box. Instead of starting from where the earth began 2 million years ago, it started after 2 million. Means the modern age is here, then it's just out of the box thinking. It's pretty good. Then we have One Punch Man, no questions asked, the best anime. One Punch Man has the best manga, I must say. Means the manga is pretty good. Then we have Tokyo Ghoul, pretty good. Tokyo Ghoul, the first season is good. Second, okay. The powers get awakened, but second one is, I would give the first season 7.5 or 8 rating. The second season I would give a solid 6. Then comes Tokyo Ghoul Re, 0. Complete waste of time. The first two are good, but you will question yourself why you are watching it. It's such a bad season. I cannot control my emotions. It was very hard for me to watch it. Then second season, see, Tokyo Ghoul 2 seasons were good. The third one was bad. The third one gave such a bad image that the second season did not get as much views. But they were trying to improve on their mistakes. You could see their efforts, but whatever. Then Haikyuu, favorite. Even though you are a lazy person, you are not interested in sports. If you watch Haikyuu, you will surely get interested just by watching. Then we have Black Clover. It's good, pretty good. By the end, it gets pretty interesting, super interesting. When he gets all muscular, around 16.5, 17 years old. That is pretty good. He could control both of his swords. Pretty good. Hunter x Hunter, also good. But it is a disappointment because up until around 70 episodes or so, the Phantom Troops part was pretty intense. Suddenly, spoilers ahead. They just put a giant bug ant and just stopped the Phantom Troop part. That was seriously very disappointing for me. That is why the 70 episodes are good, but they shouldn't have done it. They should have at least included seasons or a part of it. But the Phantom Troop story would be pretty good, but they totally destroyed it. So I would give a solid 5 to Hunter x Hunter. Otherwise, if you ask in other categories, it is a solid 10. It could have been quite better. Then when normal lives come, normal school life, average slice of life animes, then real life is pretty good, etc, etc. What I'm basically trying to make my point is, animes are so marvelous that you can't control yourself when you start watching the first. But remember, the first anime that you watch should be good. If you choose a bad anime, then the whole idea will be crushed. So please choose your first animes carefully. Now I would recommend you to watch, if you want to watch psychological animes, then you should start with Death Note. Then if you want friendly animes, then you can watch Naruto, but Naruto seriously takes a long time to watch. Seriously, a long time. Then if you want to watch more friendlier animes, you could watch Fairy Tail. And if you are a pervert like me, you can watch High School DxD. Pretty good. It's my favorite anime. One of my favorite animes. But please God, it's so good. Oh. And Jujutsu Kaisen was also my favorite, I told you before. But I cannot give you more spoilers, you have to watch it yourself. Now, it has been an amazing journey up until now, watching anime. It has been so good. I got so much into anime that I wanted to buy products or things or keychains, etc, t-shirts related to anime, but the hell lot of expensive, way expensive. So I just improvised and I bought 2 posters or something. I have one right here of Naruto. Actually, this poster was up here, or I have 2 posters, one here, one here. But my mother just told me, because we are Muslims, we cannot allow these figures to be applied on the wall because some religious customs. But I could apply it inside my cupboard, so I'll just show you the images here. 2 images, you can see both of these, pretty good. It's chumma. Now moving on. Okay. Anime is pretty addicting. You get addicted to anime. If you can't control yourself, then you should. You probably should. It's your mistake. Be careful. Now, okay, what's there? What else? Okay. Now, Okay. There's a basic start for every anime. Anime is basically video animations of the characters. So I'll break it down for you. First come novel series. They're pretty thick books. The same anime stories but written in thick books. Second comes manga. There's a step by step. First come the novel, then manga. Manga is basically images, comic books of those anime. If you read a manga, it is exactly same to the animations, just the pictures animated. So it's a step-by-step process. But people usually skip the novel part. They directly go for manga and anime. Manga is pretty. If you buy physical books, it's damn expensive. It could cost you a fortune. But there's solutions. I read manga online. It saves you a lot of money, seriously, and it's free too. They're subscription based also, but if you have a big brain and if you wanted to desperately do it, then you can find it anywhere. So the manga I read are Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, Immortal Swordsman The Reverse World, quite good, and one the Overachievers Black Tech System, etc. One Punch Man. I wanted to buy a manga, but my dad said no, you should not spend your money on books. Did you read your school books, son? I said no, father, I just wanted one book. Why does it matter? I cannot buy one book. But he said no, you cannot buy it. If you buy it, I'll break your credit card. I'm like, okay, I'll not buy it. I'll buy it after 3-4 months. I might probably forget it, but they're hell out of expensive. I wanted to buy a One Punch Man manga, maybe volume 2, Genos one, I guess. Pretty damn amazing, man. What else? I'm like, yeah, that's it. But boss, anime is anime. You cannot argue with it. If anybody gave me a choice whether I should choose Bollywood or Hollywood, I would obviously choose anime. Because when you see anime, you forget what is Hollywood, you forget what is Bollywood. Nowadays, Bollywood has so shitty movies now. Means, past 10 years, they're producing shitty movies. You know, the person who has watched Bollywood know. Just don't ask, no questions. So bad. But, forget about Bollywood. Move on to anime. Anime, basically everything in anime is pretty good. Because things that you can't do in real life, you can do in anime. Even small parts, eating chips. No, what am I saying? I'm always thinking about food. Even now I am hungry. Moving on. Every tiny detail that you can do in anime, every movement, could be according to your own will. You can create how they move, how they do stuff, how they fight, and some hentai scenes, perverted scenes. They are pretty good. You can't do that in real life. Seriously, you can't. But with anime, you can do anything. The problem is there are two types of anime watching people. The dubbed ones and the original Japanese subbed watching ones. English sub. Now what am I? I'm both. Sometimes I watch dubbed, sometimes I watch subbed. But the problem is it's pretty difficult to dub anime because they already done it for the Japanese one. The second one is pretty complex because they have to do everything, right from every sound effect to the dubbing. It's pretty intense. But the original Japanese ones are better. Means you can't imitate it, no. But whatever. What should I say? I'm like, that's it. We'll save the later news for later. If you want the new anime suggestions, you could ask me in the comments, or I'll just make a new video about it. Just tell me the category of anime you want and what type of anime you want to watch. You want to watch action, adventure, sci-fi, thriller, mecha, Mecha means robot related. Romance, ecchi, harem. Basically, ecchi is my favorite category, but you should not say it. Etc. etc. If you want any categories or any suggestions, if you have any queries, you can just ask me. Thank you. Goodbye. That was a long talk. I'm tired, seriously.